Now we want to welcome in Rimmer Covington, one of the owners and one of the premier captains of the Mexican Gulf Fishing Company, a good friend of mine. Rimmer, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Brett. Appreciate you having me on.
Well, man, it's been a little bit since you've been on the program, and but you've been with us before, and we're on statewide here in the state of Alabama on Charter Communications, so a lot of people here watching and listening, but we really appreciate you being on. And remember, this is a hot time of year. I know you guys are kind of batting down the hatches the past few days with Debbie coming on shore, but not too bad of a storm, and I know you guys will be back fishing soon.
Well, absolutely, and I know one thing. The next career path I have is going to be a meteorologist because it seems like you can be wrong half the time and still keep your job.
I think you're giving them a little bit too much credit on half the time, and it really is a guessing game a lot of times with the weather. And a lot of those guys and girls will get up there and they just know for sure what a storm's going to do. But what really they don't know is they're not in control of anything. I think the good Lord pretty much is in control of all the weather, and it seems like he proves them wrong more than he does right.
That's right. That's right. Well, we're thankful that it became a non-event and ready for all of our boats to get back offshore and get back to the great fishing that we've been experiencing.
Yeah, and remember, we've been fortunate enough. I come down and I fish with you guys every year, and I fished with you a couple of times. And just a few weeks ago, able to go out with Scott and had a phenomenal fishing trip. The whole group that went down with me just enjoyed it, and got a lot of groups from up here that ask about you guys and really interested in coming down to Venice, Louisiana, and going out with the Mexican Gulf Fishing Company. I just want to talk about the summer months. This is the time of year where you guys stay booked up, but just talk about the fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. I know the oil spill a few years ago seems like a distant memory now. The fishing really hasn't been any better than it is right now.
Without a doubt, we've got a very strong fishery in the northern Gulf of Mexico, and it's one of the most unique fisheries in the entire world. We've got a lot of customers that come down that fish in all types of different places, tropical and overseas and in a lot of different places, and they all kind of have the same comment. It's that, you can really do it all here in the northern Gulf of Mexico in just a couple of days. It's one of the most diverse fisheries on the face of the planet. This time of year, the tuna fishing is very consistent. Our fish generally aren't as big as they are other times of the year, but they're averaging 50 to 60 pounds. We get a couple of small wahoo this time of year. But one of the awesome things that we get to experience during the summertime is this billfish bite. And it's been very hot the past 3 weeks or so. A lot of blue marlin, a lot of white marlin, and the occasional sailfish, which is always a treat here. We don't get them as much as they do in other places, but when we do get them, they're always very big and a lot of fun. This time of year, we're fishing on grass lines and rips, and also on the offshore oil platforms that offer habitat for bait, and that's the beginning of the food chain. With the massive amount of bait that we have here, it's no wonder why we have all these big species of fish that migrate here and or live here year-round, to feed and do their thing.
We've got Rimmer Covington on the phone with us from the Mexican Gulf Fishing Company down in Venice, Louisiana. And Rimmer, again, it's good to hear that because a lot of people, after that oil spill, were concerned about the fishery in the Gulf of Mexico. And I know you guys were as well. I know you shifted gears. You guys had to shift gears from being full-time fishermen to really assisting with the cleanup and trying to do what you guys could to help that situation. I mean, Venice and that area has had its fair share of hard knocks in the last 5 or 6 years, with Katrina being one, and then, of course, the oil spill. But that place seems to rebound so quickly, and I've been going, again, down there with you guys for the last 5 or 6 years, and you really would not know anything had ever happened. And I've had a lot of people ask me today, knowing that you were going to be on the program, they wanted me to ask you if you guys have seen any impacts, because a lot of people thought, it would be years down the road on some instances if the oil spill really did impact the fishing or the Gulf. Have you guys seen any impact at all, Rimmer?
Well, Our stance on that has really been unchanged since the actual Horizon incident back in April 2010. And, that is that in the short term, we have not seen and definitely hope not to see any type of effect. But I can't say for sure that we're out of the woods yet, but things are really looking up. Gulf seafood is, pretty much the safest seafood in the entire world to eat right now, because there's so many different independent bodies that are testing and monitoring that seafood, and they've yet to find any substantial impact from the oil spill. So we're very pleased about that. But don't know that we're out of the woods yet, but we seem to be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Remember all the different species that you guys fish for down there. I happened to go down this time right when red snapper season came in, and I know red snapper season's still in play here for the next couple of weeks, but phenomenal fishery down in Venice to go out and catch monster red snapper. I know a lot of people familiar here in this area were going down and doing a lot of bottom fishing, and it just seemed like the fish that we caught were bigger than some of the other areas that people from Alabama are able to go frequent. So it's worth the extra drive, in my opinion, and that's what I do is promote you guys to go down, especially during this time of year, and catch some monster red snapper, get a chance to catch some great grouper down there. I know amberjack goes out when snapper season comes in, vice versa, but you guys catch it all, and then you can go offshore, which is my favorite thing, and I know something that is really a passion of yours, obviously. Go offshore and have an opportunity to catch giant yellowfin tuna, some dolphin, which are mahi-mahi. I know a lot of people get confused when we say dolphin, but it's mahi-mahi, and the wahoo, and then, of course, the bill fishing, very intriguing, and just so many opportunities and things people can do, and the accommodations. I want to brag on you guys. Every time we come down to you guys' place, it is first class. We stay right there on the water. You guys pull up in the boat, which are just beautiful, beautiful center console boats, CV boats, that we're able to just jump on right there. You pick us up, and then we head out and go fishing.
Well, sure do appreciate that, and Venice is a special place. It's, it's a town where people go there for one of three reasons. You either go there to go to work, you go there to go hunting, or you go there to go fishing. And so it's always important to have good accommodations for our customers, and we really enjoy having y'all down. And that's that's kind of how we like to do our conduct our business, is make sure that everybody has the best that we can provide for them, and the best equipment that we can get, and the best boat that we can get, and that way we can take advantage of the best fishery that we feel like there is in the Gulf of Mexico. And things are really, really great in Venice, and we're thankful that you guys have taken so much interest in us down there, and hope that you can send as many people as possible, because there's lots of fish to be caught, and things are great.
Well, remember, we are, and again, we actually have a link on our website to you guys' website, and we'll talk about that here briefly. I think the new website, or the new domain is tmgfishing.com. Is that correct?
tmgfc.com, or an easier one is actually mgfishing.com. Both will lead you to the same place, but that's the Mexican Gulf Fishing Company. That's our website there. And mgfishing.com is the easiest way to get us.
And a lot of people have seen our program. We run a lot of the two shows that we've shot with you guys down there in the last few years. Rimmer are in rotation on our outdoors program, and two of the most fun shows that I've been able to do in the last 5 or 6 years on our outdoor show, and we're going to be doing another one here in a couple weeks. And to me, I'm probably more excited about this one than I'm anything, because we're going to show a different aspect of offshore fishing. We'll be filming an actual billfish tournament that we'll be a part of out of Pensacola, the Pensacola Invitational out of Pensacola, Florida. Talk about that tournament, Rimmer, a little bit.
The Pensacola International is one of the oldest and most prestigious tournaments in the Gulf of Mexico. And we're thankful that y'all are going to be able to come down and fish with us on the Cheeseburger, which is my partners Thomas Jenin and Ron Ladner's boat. owners of Shaggy's. They have 4 locations, one in Pass Christian, Mississippi, one in Biloxi, Mississippi, one in Orange Beach at Zeke's Marina, and the last location, one of the most exciting locations, Pensacola Beach. And we'll actually be launching out of there to fish that tournament. We are going to be targeting blue marlin, white marlin, and sailfish, and then in the evening time we're going to be sword fishing, and really have a lot of high hopes. We've had a lot of success this year thus far. We've fished in 2 tournaments. We got 2nd place overall in the New Orleans Invitational Billfish Tournament, and 1st place overall in the Mississippi Big Game Jeff Alexander Tournament. So we're hoping to continue the streak, and glad you're going to be on the handle, Randall.
Well, I tell you what, I'm excited about it, Rimmer. And again, a couple of weeks ago, people have been going to our website and our Facebook page to see the clip of the marlin that we caught a few weeks ago. That's 2 for 2 for me with you guys when we've gone out and targeted blue marlin, and I sure hope we can make it 3 for 3 here in a couple of weeks, my man.
I hope it's more like 10 for 10.
There you go. I'm talking about 3 for 3 on the actual trip, though. But, yeah, 10 for 10 sounds good on actual hookups.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, before we let you go, you just talked about Shaggy's. The boat we're going to be on is a beautiful boat. It's I believe. How long is that boat, Rimmer?
It's a 50-foot Hatteras, and we fish a lot of the billfish tournaments here in the Gulf on board the boat. And it's the official Shaggy's fishing team vessel. It's just a very, very cool platform. It allows us to promote the restaurants and also the Shaggy's Kids Foundation, which is a charitable foundation that promotes sport fishing and marine education for kids here on the Gulf Coast of Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi. And it's just a very important tool for us to be able to give back to our community.
Well, we want to encourage people, if they're in Orange Beach or over in Biloxi or Pass Christian or in Pensacola, to go out to Shaggy's. And I'm excited about being a part of this and being able to eat some great food down there. And again, you guys' website is mgfishing.com. For any of you out there watching, I promise you've seen our shows in the past. These guys know how to do it. If you want an outstanding offshore experience or an inshore experience, they can hook you up down in Venice, Louisiana, and take care of you. I know you guys have some great contests going on Facebook where you guys have some new items that you guys are giving away. I saw on there where you guys are giving away hats, visors, stickers. You're going to have some shirts coming in pretty soon. We've encouraged people, and we've already seen a string of people off of our Facebook page leading over to your guys. So a lot of neat stuff going on with the Mexican Gulf Fishing Company, Rimmer, and we're glad to be part of it, and looking forward to shooting another great episode of Sportz Blitz Outdoors in the next week.
Yes, sir. Sounds great. Look forward to having you and your team down, and welcome to the Shaggy's fishing team. We're going to have a great trip.
Looking forward to it, Rimmer. We really appreciate you taking time out to be part of the program tonight.
Yes, sir.
Thanks so much.
We'll see you soon.
Have a good night. Okay. Talk to you soon. That's Rimmer Covington, one of the owners and a great guy himself, a captain of the Mexican Gulf Fishing Company. Again, you heard it here, another episode of Sportz Blitz Outdoors being filmed in a couple weeks. We'll be filming our experience on the Cheeseburger, that 50-foot Hatteras boat in the Pensacola International Billfish Classic. We're excited about being able to go down and be a part of that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Luke Robinson will join me again, and we'll continue on to take your phone calls here on Sportz Blitz Live. Stay tuned. More Sportz Blitz Live presented by JR's and SNS Discount Tire coming your way right after this.